Hey guys, what's up? It's Fern. Thank you so much for joining me for another Planty video. Today we're going to be doing an import update video. I posted to my channel the unboxing for my imports from Indonesia, and a lot of y'all commented that you wanted to follow along on their journey, so I'm taking you with me every time I check on these plants or do something with these plants. I really have not done anything since these arrived 13 days ago. We're just shy of the 2-week mark. In the unboxing video, if you haven't seen that, I'll link it down below. But at the end of that video, I showed how I set these plants up. Most of them, four of them are in a humidity bin here with a grow light, and then 2 of them have just been in regular room conditions as an experiment to see how they adjust. And yeah, I'm gonna check in on these today. I have not opened this bin in a while. I've like peeked in a couple of times, but I haven't taken them out. I haven't changed the water, which is the main reason that I want to check on them today, because I want to freshen up the water. But yeah, we'll just see what's going on, see how they're settling in. I hope that we maybe have some root growth happening. That would be just great. These plants were in the mail for 20 days, so they went on quite the adventure. So some of them, I mean, they honestly looked like surprisingly good on arrival despite that long travel time. But of course they didn't look perfect and they need to recover, and yeah, we'll just check in, see how they're doing. I don't really know what to expect, but I'm really eager to crack into this bin. First of all, I think I'm gonna show you the 2 philodendrons that I have acclimating just in regular room conditions. These are, well, here, let me move. Well, no, I think this should be fine actually, just a sec. All right, I'll talk about them separately. So this is the first one, Philodendron Florida Ghost, which actually looks quite stunning. I will say that I'm really impressed with how these 2 have adjusted. They don't even have a grow light or anything, and we are in the depths of winter right now. We are mid-December, so yeah, they're popped a few feet back from my south-facing window, so they do get bright ambient light mostly. Like, it's very cloudy right now, so there have been some sunny days, but mostly just kind of bright, very indirect. But nonetheless, it looks so freaking good. Like, wow. I am actually kind of shocked. We do have 1 leaf that's yellowed off. It's pulling off right now, so I'm gonna remove that. Other than that, there's 1 more leaf with some damage, but that was probably just shipping damage. All of the other leaves look amazing. They feel amazing. Like, they're very, not firm, because it's not like a thick leaf plant or anything, but the leaf feels healthy. Like, it's not floppy or flimsy or anything like that. It feels well hydrated, so I'm super, super happy with how this is looking. And as for the roots, oh my goodness, we do have some new root growth that I'm just noticing. These cute white fuzzy roots right there. Do you see those right down here? There's a couple of them, and I noticed some other small ones that are starting to grow. Oh yeah, on the other side here. So we do have new root growth, which is amazing. So this plant is doing fantastic. I couldn't have asked for it to be doing any better, honestly. Like, I'm just very, very impressed with this one. So that's a fantastic update on that one. Next, we have the Philodendron Burl Marks Variegata, and it looks like it's the same story here as the Philodendron Florida Ghost. This looks like it's doing amazing. It's even unfurled at least 1 leaf, but I think a couple. It's unfurled this leaf right here. Pushed that out and unfurled it. I mean, it doesn't look perfect because of the conditions, obviously. It's, you know, it's gone through a lot recently, so it doesn't look perfect, but the fact that it's actively growing, there's another leaf coming in there too. The fact that it's actively growing is just crazy to me. So yeah, this one, again, the leaves feel really healthy. It feels maybe a little thinner than the Ghost, like it's maybe a little bit less hydrated or something. There's also a yellow leaf right here, but overall it feels really good. They're not floppy or anything. I'll just remove that yellow leaf. And then as for the roots down here, again, we do have some root growth happening. Can you see that? Just a sec. That root right there. Right there coming in. That's a new healthy root. As for the old roots, I don't really know what I'm gonna end up. I think I'm probably gonna end up cutting them off, to be honest, now that we have new roots growing, because I don't really see. Okay, I just wanted to make sure it didn't smell funky, and it doesn't. You can smell root rot. Like I've only really smelt it once, like actual root rot, because a lot of my plants, when they've rotted, it's just been dry rot, which is different than like regular wet root rot. And the dry rot doesn't really smell, at least I haven't found, but actual root rot smells really bad. And the only time I've like really smelt it strongly was the first time that I ever imported plants, which was during a heat wave and all the plants were like decimated. I opened that package and it was foul. So I know what it smells like, but anyways, this one smells fine, so we're safe. Yeah, I think that if new roots don't, yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like, I don't think these roots are gonna do anything. I think that they're just gonna die off. So I'm probably gonna end up removing them and just rely on the new roots that are growing in. I don't know if I should do that now or if that's gonna stress the plant. But anyways, this one passed with flying colors as well. It looks fantastic. Can't believe that these are acclimating from Indonesia, plus being in transit for 20 days just on my dining room table. Like, that's incredible. So yeah, I'm glad that I tried that, because I always see people do the bin method, which I'm sure is great. I mean, we'll see right now what's going on with the plants in here. Maybe they'll have a lot more roots or something. So I'm gonna open this up. Oh. Wow, I was worried, but they actually look so much better than I was expecting. Okay, I'll try to bring this closer so that you can see. The Adansonii right away looks quite sad, but we still have leaves on it, so I'm really hoping that it'll be okay, because this is one of my favorites that I received. But let's just kind of go through them here. So let's start with the Syngonium, who really stole the show during the unboxing. This one was my favorite. I was so just stunned by how beautiful this plant is. And I also got a lot of comments from y'all loving this one too. So yeah, we are collectively obsessed with this Syngonium Chia Pence variegated. And I'm very happy to find that it looks pretty much exactly like it did when I put it in here, which is honestly like the best case scenario. This one looked like this on arrival, this damaged one, and then these two still look like really, really good. So the question is, what do the roots look like? So I'm just gonna pull this out and see if there's any new root growth. I really hope that there is. Okay, I'm looking at this, and honestly, I don't really see any new roots, which kind of concerns me. We still have the old root system on there, which, you know, again, I don't think it's really gonna stay. I think this is just gonna rot away and new roots are gonna grow, but I don't see any new root growth. So I wouldn't say I'm concerned. I'm wondering if there's something, if I should be moving it into somewhere, like, is it not happy in the bin? Is it not happy with the grow light that I was using? I don't know. Or is it just a matter of it's gonna need a little bit more time and I'm being impatient? It's only been 2 weeks, but I just wanna see like at least the beginnings of new roots, and I really don't see that on this plant. So I don't know. I mean, the fact that the leaves still look really good definitely makes me feel better, and they're firm and everything, so it's healthy. It just doesn't have any roots, so not sure. Regardless, I'm gonna change out the water and everything for all of these today. Okay, let's check out the Adansonii. This one I am quite concerned about, so let's see what's going on here. I'm gonna move this bin because this is just kind of in my way now. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. We have a lot of brown leaves, as you can see, and I probably should have checked on this sooner so that I could remove them, because they've just been sitting in the water, rotting essentially. So that's not great, but that's okay. We're checking on it Oh no. You guys. Do you see that? Do you see those guys on there? There's freaking mealies on this. Mealies have been tormenting me the past year, so what the heck? Excuse me? How do they even get through? It's so weird because I've seen this happen to other people too. Like I've seen people get mealies on their imports and I just don't understand how they get through because these plants get like sprayed and stuff. So what the heck? It's fine, I'll just treat them, but like that's so annoying because that is not what this monstera needs right now. Like he's trying to freaking recover. Oh my god, the roots are like, one of them just mushed right off. This is not looking great, you guys. I'm very nervous for this one. I think that I might actually put this into perlite because that's what I do. That's what I do when I'm concerned about a plant not rooting or something. Perlite always works the best for me. So I might switch this over to perlite, but now I have to remove mealies. What the heck? This actually happened to one of my friends. I'm gonna message her. Okay, well, did I even show you a close-up on the roots? I don't know, but they don't look great. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. There's mealies even on the petiole of that guy. Need to remove those. A root has just, is that, oh no, that's actually a petiole. Okay, I thought that was a root that rotted off, but I think it's actually a petiole. That's good. Okay, I'm just gonna set that one over there. I mean, I'm gonna have to treat these all because all of these plants obviously have been in the bin together, but not only that, they all traveled together in that box and they all came from the same place. So there's a good chance that there could be little mealies on any of them. Anyways, let's check out the other ones. Let's check out the, what is this? Piper. I kept saying it wrong in the import video, which I realized as I was editing it. Sylvaticum, I think. Piper sylvaticum. So this one, I cut off the whole root system. I already see we've lost a leaf, but that's okay. I mean, the leaves, like, it still looks pretty healthy, and these have actually plumped up a little bit more. So I would say that this plant looks healthy right now, but does it have roots starting is my question. And the answer appears to be no. No roots starting, but that's okay. I think it just needs a little bit of extra time. Nothing really happening with it, but it looks healthy. Like, look at the leaves. It looks beautiful. Somebody commented that this looks like Monstera siltepecana, and I agree. Like, they have a very similar leaf, and I love Monstera siltepecana. But anyways, that's the update on this one. No roots, but overall, like, it looks good. It looks healthy. I would say it looks better, or at least it feels better than it did on arrival, because I remember it being a little bit soft. So that's good. And then lastly, the stunning Philodendron domesticum variegated. This is another one that just blew me away with how pretty the variegation is. I'm super, super happy with this one. Again, it feels, the leaves feel a little flimsy, to be honest, this one. But not bad, not bad. And we do have a new leaf on the way. Doesn't really look like it has a ton of variegation, but guess we'll find out if it ever ends up emerging. We have really good aerials, like healthy aerials. I could even chop this if I wanted to, if I was concerned about it not rooting. Do you see those healthy aerials coming out? Probably because the humidity is high in the bin. Okay, let's take a look at the root. Oh, thank goodness we have roots growing, you guys. Oh, it's relieving seeing the roots. So, what is that? checking for mealies on these now. The Monstera is the only one that like looks like it has them bad. I don't really see anything on the other ones. But anyways, okay. The roots. So there's a root growing there. And then there's also little roots. Well, there's actually kind of little roots in a lot of different places here, which is really reassuring. There's a little baby roots growing there. So this is looking really good. Really, really good. There's like root crystals down here, which is what happens before roots are gonna grow sometimes. If you see that white spot. Yeah, I see that on a couple of different areas actually. So I think that this one is gonna be just fine. It looks really good. So that's another positive update on that one. Overall, I would say that I'm feeling pretty confident about these plants. Let me lift you up here. Yeah, overall I'm feeling pretty good. The mealies, I mean, I can deal with that, but it is kind of annoying. And now I'm going to have to keep an eye out for that. And it does suck that now that Monstera has to deal with that, because that one already looked the worst on arrival, and maybe that's why, like maybe this was an issue. Maybe that was like contributing to why that one traveled more poorly. But overall, I would say that I'm feeling pretty good about these plants. I might actually switch them to perlite, or some of them to perlite, the ones that I'm not really seeing roots on. Because like I said, that's just my preferred rooting method for when things are being a little bit more tricky. I might cut some roots off, the ones that look like they're rotting and they're not really doing anything. So yeah, I'm just kind of figuring this out as I go, but I'm gonna get set up to treat these plants and to remove whatever roots I want to and everything. So I will see y'all in a minute. Okay, I'm gonna start by removing any roots that I don't want. Yeah, I want to do that first before I do the mealybug thing, because I don't want to have mealybugs all up in this space. So there's not really any roots to remove on the Piper, I don't think. There's like, I don't know, not really. There's a couple small pieces that are kind of rotting, but there's not really much to remove, so I think that one's fine for now. Philodendron domesticum. I am gonna remove some of these black roots because they're not gonna do anything. And I just think it'll be beneficial to not have them. Keep in mind, I'm just making this up as I go. So don't take this as like advice for your imports or anything. I'm just making the decision that I think is going to be the best for my plants. Some of those roots down there actually look like they might be okay, but these ones all look black. So I'm going to take them off. There's the nice one. That one I'll leave on, that has roots growing out from it. And then this, some of the roots are actually white down here, so some of them look rotted, but some of them look okay, so I'm gonna leave that for a little bit longer. I don't want to remove anything that's potentially growing and rooting for me, but I removed some of the black ones, so I think that's pretty good for this plant. No more leaves to remove or anything, so I'll just set her in there for now. I'm going to, after I remove the roots, I'm going to remove the mealybugs that I can see. I should actually be looking at these a little bit closer too. I didn't see anything on them. Sometimes I just don't see things though, which is, yeah, I don't know. I have a hard time being super observant sometimes, I guess, but I don't see any on these ones. I really don't. But after I'm done removing the roots, I'm going to remove any mealybugs that I can find, and then I'm gonna go spray off the roots, or like, yeah, I guess spray off the roots, just because I feel like they have like a weird buildup. Yeah, that looks good. Just gonna leave that yellow leaf on. Still, I don't want to disturb this plant in any way. See the roots again on this one? Yeah, I don't know, like they're not mushy or anything. I'm just gonna leave them. I'm gonna leave all the roots on this one because I just don't know where it's going from here. There's one I can see that I'm gonna remove that's kind of mushy right there. But other than that, I'm gonna leave the rest. Don't want to disturb. And then the burrow marks variegated. Again, mealy check. I do not see anything on this one. Maybe they all just went for the Monstera because it was the vulnerable, like the one that was doing the worst. Don't see anything. Okay, and then I'm gonna check the roots out here. Yeah, this is dead. Dead, dead, dead. So I'm gonna take off this one. It's just like squishy. Like this is completely squishy. That's how I'm determining. It just squishes in my fingers. This one looks questionable. Yeah, this one is dead too. That one is dead too. Look, it literally just pulled off. At least there's new roots growing on this. Yeah, these are just dead, dead, dead. Honestly, I think almost all of these that aren't the new roots are just dead. Okay, my battery died and my hands were all wet, so I couldn't change it, but I just did the same thing to the Florida Ghost, just removed any of the like excessively gross roots, so that's great. And I also, something just dawned on me. I had to go into the bedroom to get a new battery for the camera, and it just popped into my head that another factor that might have contributed to the plants in the bin in the bedroom not developing new roots as quickly as the plants that I had out here in the living room is temperature. Temperature is so important for rooting plants, and I mean plant growth in general, but especially for rooting cuttings and baby plants and things like that, which is why a lot of people use heat mats. And it's definitely cooler in the bedroom than it is out here in the main part of the house where, you know, the south-facing windows are and everything. It stays warmer out here, so I don't think I'm gonna put the plants back in the bedroom again because they were set up with a grow light, but I just think that it was pretty cold for them. So yeah, we'll see how they do out here. I think I might even take them out of the bin. I don't know, we'll see. You'll see in this video what happens. Anyways, I'm moving on to mealy removal right now. Very fun. So I'm gonna be using isopropyl alcohol and some Q-tips, and I'm just gonna be getting these guys that I can find on here. I'm just spot treating, and then I might spray all of the plants with, I don't know, maybe my Sacred Elements, Sacred Leaf Tonic or something like that, just to try to prevent. But this is, you know, I find that mealies are mostly a kind of spot treating situation. Oh, I kind of want to take a picture of them first. Oh my gosh, they're big. So yeah, I'm just gonna spot treat this right now to get all of the visible bugs off. So I just dip my little cotton swab into the alcohol, and they'll turn brown once you get them. Sorry besties, sorry besties. So that's what they look like once you get them. You are hurting my plant. There's 3 of them so far. Check this leaf. They all seem to mostly be on that newest leaf. see anything on this one. Sometimes I do a little bit on there just in case there's something that I can't see. And then I'm also just gonna run that along here a little bit. Don't know what eggs or anything are on here, so okay, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. So now I'm gonna take a look at the roots. This one still feels firm, this one root that's on here, so I'm gonna leave it. Actually, I'm gonna cut off a little bit of it because it's dark down there. Cut off this little piece. This little piece I can see is floppy and gross. I'm gonna leave the rest on because they look okay. I think I'm gonna give them a rinse though. I'm gonna give all of these a rinse, I think. So I think I'll bring them to the shower to do that. All right, so I'm now gonna scrub all of these cups just to, you know, get any of the grime out. I just showered off all of the plants and a lot of just like weird goopy stuff came off, so I'm really glad that I did that. And I just wanna get these nice and clean. I don't want any, you know, any bacteria or any pests or anything weird lingering in here. So we'll just get these all freshened up. I'm gonna wash them. And then I think we're gonna be converting these to perlite propagation. Okay, so these are all freshly showered off, my cups are cleaned, and my plan was that I'd come to the decision that I wanted to just put them all in perlite because I think that's gonna be the best for them, but this is all the perlite I have left, like half of a small bag, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to fill all of these cups up with perlite, so I think I'm gonna have to do priority here. We're gonna have to triage. So I'm going to be using perlite for the Syngonium chiapense and for the Monstera adansonii, and then I'll see if I have any left. But those are the two. This one, well, it could go either way, but those are the two that I for sure want to get into perlite. So I'm gonna fill up their cups first, and I need to order more perlite today. I think I've just been buying this one from one of my local plant nurseries, and I really like it. It's large perlite, but I kind of want to find one that's a little bit more chunky, and I think that I know where I'm gonna order from because somebody suggested it the last time I was talking about it, so I think I'm gonna order some perlite online from them instead of getting this, because this is $10 just for this small bag, and it really doesn't last very long. And I want it to be just a little bit chunkier. I really like how this is larger than the perlite that I've used in the past, but if I can find, you know, chunky, I'll really be happy with that. So, okay, got some there. I'm just gonna stick them in and then fill up. Okay, that looks really good. So I'm gonna be filling it probably up to here with water, Super Thrive water. I just wanna get the other one ready too. So Syngonium chiapense, where are you? My baby, my baby. Okay, we're gonna do a tall cup again for this one. Okay, Now I just have to fill it. Okay, she is good to go. In the perlite. And then looks like I have enough for one more, maybe one of the smaller ones. So maybe I will do the Piper because it doesn't have any roots on it. So I think it needs a little extra help. All right, there's the Piper. Oh, it looks so pretty. Oh my goodness, this one is gorge. Just gorge. Now you just need to grow some roots, buddy. So yeah, all done up in the perlite. And I guess the other three are just gonna be going back into water because they were doing okay in water. These ones all have roots growing currently, so they're going to be going back into Super Thrive water. I just have to mix that up. And I think I am going to keep them out of the bin, so I don't know if that's the right move, but it's just the move I'm going for. I'm honestly kind of annoyed of having the bin in the way. And they're looking okay. Should they maybe gradually come out of the bin or stay in the bin until they root, until all of them have roots? Probably. Do as I say, not as I do type of vibes. Anyways, this is not me telling anyone how to do imports because I'm literally just figuring this out myself. So we're just here for funsies. We're just documenting the process. Anyways, I'm gonna mix up my Super Thrive water here. I do 6 drops of this into a liter of water. And I'm just gonna pour it in. Okay, that's like half full, but that'll be fine for now. And then I'll just keep an eye on it, and I don't want it to go below like a third full down here. I don't really want it to go below that. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Same with this one. And same with this one. I made a video all about perlite propagation, like this way in the cups, and also perlite propagation boxes. I have a whole video on it, and I use the same, like my method has not changed since I made that video like 3 years ago or whatever. So I'll link that in the description box if you're interested in perlite propagation. But yeah, and then these ones I'm just gonna obviously fill up like normal. I'm still gonna use the Super Thrive with them. It's nice that it's all just like clean and fresh now. I feel so much better about that. And I'm gonna put that in the exact same spot it's been in. Oops. Okay, so I just tidied up the table here, but this is all of the plants lined up, and this is where I'm gonna keep them, all of them, because the 2 that were there are honestly probably the 2 that are doing the best. So yeah, I'm just gonna go with this. And they're still really wet right now, as you can see from me showering them off. But once they dry, I think I'm just gonna give them a spray down with my Sacred Elements Sacred Leaf Tonic, because it's not only just gonna give them a boost, because it also works as like a foliar feed or like nutrient boost, but it's gonna prevent pests as well and hinder the mealybug situation. But I'm still obviously gonna keep my eye out and be treating the mealybugs if any more of them pop up. Yeah, I'm just gonna monitor the situation. So yeah, maybe I'll pop in later when I'm doing the Sacred Elements spray, and then that'll probably be it for this update. But yeah, I'll see y'all later.